Just a little note before this video starts. All the footage was recorded off the PlayStation 4. I'm not using my PlayStation 4 mic to record because the quality is rubbish. I'm using my PC. So I'm narrating after the event, and it was very hard to get engaged what I want to talk about, how far I want to talk, how long I need to be on each screen. So some of it may seem a little bit quick. I apologize for that. I couldn't find many PlayStation 4 sort of talking about this game or guides or anything. I want to talk you through the PlayStation 4. I want to show you what the PlayStation 4 looks like, the graphics, etc, etc, etc. So I really want to use PlayStation 4 footage. It would have been easier to use my PC, but never mind. Anyways, over to me, who's going to talk you through the rest of the video. Hello and welcome to 15 Minute Gamer. This is Elite Dangerous on the PlayStation 4. All footage is taken from a bog standard PlayStation 4. There's none of this pro stuff or anything going on here. So what I'm doing today is just a bit of a video of how to get started. I'm not there to show you how to make money or anything yet. That'll be in later videos. There's a bit of exploration, how to take off from stations, what buttons to press, how it works, the best way things work, how I found it. I've watched video after video after video of how to play Elite Dangerous, a lot of PC videos. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a PlayStation 1 and sort of bring all them videos together to put one ultimate kind of half-hour video of how to get started on Elite Dangerous, because it's not easy, I can tell you that. It's a little bit complex. And if you've noticed any jump cut in the background of the space station, that is not the game. That is me just repeating the same bit of footage while I talk. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is the main menu, because this is important. This is where you're going to be starting. And with all good stories, you got to start at the start. When you're on this menu, do not click start. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. Click training. Go into training and do each one of these. You've got basic flight training. You've got docking and travel training. You've got combat training, advanced combat, mining training, SRV, and ship launched fighter training. I was reading that off a very small screen there. My eyes aren't as good. Once you've done them, watch the training videos. Just watch them. When you've done that, go into the challenge scenarios. These will again further improve your abilities and learn you how to do some of the extra stuff that's in it, like how to practice docking, using the SRV. SRV is a planetary thing, that little thing that's on the planet in there. Just do them, okay? Don't think about not doing them. You need to do them. Trust me, it's worth it. Right, when you're in, click start. You've done all that, you've learned. You've got a couple of options. You've got open play, private play, solo play, or arena. Arena is a battle-based game. I've not done that yet. Solo play is where I spend a lot of my time. Open play, you can play against other people in the world. So the universe, you'll have other people in there. Now, they can attack you, that sort of thing, and you can get in the wings with them and so forth. It's fun if you've got friends. You know, it's one of them things to check out. What's also quite cool is there's such a community around that. Like, if you run out of fuel, because there's fuel in this game, there's a thing called the Fuel Rats, and you go into their forum, sign up, and let them know where you are, and they will come and rescue you. They'll charge you, but they'll come and rescue you. How cool is that? You know, there's this community universe built up around this game, and there are so many websites dedicated to Elite Dangerous. Check them out. And we're now in the ship, and I'm going to give you a very quick talk around what we're looking at on this HUD, because it can be a little bit confusing if you don't know what you're looking at. It can, you know, it can just trip you up sometimes. So I'm just going to, and then I'm going to talk about the PlayStation controls. There's not going to be much difference if you're using an Xbox controller and play on the Xbox or the PC, but I'll just talk about the PlayStation controls because that's what version I'm on. And I'm going to say things like square button and so forth. Just have a look through. So this is the inside of your ship. This is your default cockpit view. And you can see I'm in orbital stockade N65 because I got arrested because I accidentally fired on a authority ship by mistake. I was trying to fire at a pirate, missed, and hit them. So I've got put in jail. So in the top left, this is where I am now. I have pressed square and up on the D-pad. I then can navigate it using the L1 and R1 button. In here, I will see the chat window if I had any chats going on. This one is your emails. So what you'll do is you'll get mission critical emails in here. You might get some missions in here. You'll get updates to your mission in here. So when you're doing stuff, that's where you're going to see it if you've taken on a contract. Next is social. So if you have any friend invites, you've got history, which shows things like that. Squadron feed. And finally, incoming text channels. So you can make it so you don't see things. You can turn notifications off. You can look at voice channels on and off. I then have a look in the top right, which is just up there. There's contacts and stuff like that. Press the square button, you'll get to show what everything does. So you can see comms panel was up. That's what I did. Next, we're going to look at the system. No, not. We're going to turn right. I'm recording this afterwards. And we're going to look at this panel. This is such an important panel. So what you'll do is you see location at the top. You'll see the route and destination you've got at the moment. In the middle, you'll see all the navigation things in your sector. So you'll see if I'm on orbital stockade, you'll see that it's marked. You'll see there's 2 unexplored areas. You'll see planets on there. You'll see space stations on there. You'll see nav beacons on there. It's your friend, and that is square and left. Transactions, don't worry about that at the moment. We'll cover that in a later video. And then contacts is anything that's in your area. So you'll see all the ships in there that are in your area or around you. You might have noticed in the top box it says 1 contact found, 1 contact lost, etc., etc. And that's where you're going to find your docking clearance and stuff when you get there. And you can also target things by clicking on them, and then it'll target them in the little square on, you'll see to the right-hand side of the screen now. So yes, you can do that, and it'll show you in there. So it's a very important place. So you can see there's Ross 640B. I'm on orbital stockade N65. There's 2 unexplored areas. And if I click on one, I can then lock the destination. So if it's somewhere I fancy going, I can click lock destination, and it'll put that in the targeting thing. I can bookmark it, which will save it as a bookmark. So say I find somewhere I really want to go to, I just click bookmark and I can go there. Next, I press square and down. This is the screen where you can launch fighters. So if you had a ship-based fighter, or in my case, I have an SRV, I can look from here and I can launch it. So if I'm on a planet, I can just click on the SRV bay and launch it from there. And it also gives me some information on me so I can see what's happening. Next, square and right. On here, this is a panel that you can control ship systems. It's always hard to say. You can see your stats. So you can see I'm mainly harmless. My modules, these are really important in relation to your power output. We're going to come back to that in a second. Fire groups, again, quite important. We're going to cover that in a later video. Ship. Just shows you what's on your ship, so you can turn external lights on and off. You can turn night vision. You can see if your landing gear is deployed, fight assist on, silent running, beacons on. So if you turn the beacon on, other players will be able to see where you are. You can see if you've got what inventory you've got, and the status of certain factions, plus your music list if you have that in. So how modules work is each takes power, and you can put priorities. So say your lasers will overpower you. Maybe you want to turn off the standard docking computer, or you can turn things on and off and prioritize them so things come on and off when you want them to. And that is something to cover in a later video because you don't really need to know about that at the moment just to get started. So next up, I click on Starport Services in the middle of the screen, and that's going to take me into here. Now, different starports have different things on here. This one's is basically a prison, so there's not much on here. So contacts is basically you can pay your fines, collect your bounties, collect trade dividends, intel packages, codex discoveries. We're not going to cover any of that in this video because it's just a little bit more beyond just getting started. On the right hand side, you can see some extra information at the top. We're not bothered. The middle bit, quick maintenance, is important. You can refuel and repair on there. Just click on it and it'll do it. This is outfitting. In outfitting, on here you can outfit your ship with different things. So different weapons, different modules, etc. For starting off, you don't really need to mess around too much in here, because you won't have the money to do it anyway. But all you do, if you want to look at something, you can click on it and have a look. You can see what power it is, and then if the shop has extra stuff in, some stations have it in, some don't. It changes station to station. The only thing I've installed on mine, majorly, I took the cargo racks out, and then I fitted a standard docking computer, which basically means it docks for me instead of me having to put the work in. So I think it's about 4,000 or 5,000 credits, which you'll get if you do the beginning missions, because there's some little missions to do at the beginning. And each item has a rating, so you can see my shield generator is a 2D. You'll get 2C, 2A, 1A, 1B, whatever, and they're different. They'll be better quality. So you'll start off with like loads of rubbish quality computers and stuff, but you can upgrade them and get more shields, etc. What you have to do really carefully here is keep an eye on the bottom of the screen, and you can see retracted and deployed, and then total power. I have 8 megawatts at the moment. Retracted, that's when my weapons are in. I use 6.47. And I clicked the wrong button. Of course, I go back into it. And once we go back into it, you'll see retracted 6.47, deployed 7.25 megawatts. I still have some power left over. And you can see my jump distance in there. So I can do 6.33, 6.53, whatever, round about. Keep an eye on them. That power is really important. If you're overpowered, when you take your weapons out, your ship will shut down. So be very careful when you put new modules in to have a look at your power. So, that is a basic look at that. Shipyard is where you buy new ships. I only have my Sidewinder at the moment. One thing to note on here, though, is the cost isn't always the main thing. You have to buy your ships back. So, at the moment, my ship cost me about $4,000 to get back if it destroys. Bear in mind, if you spend on 32, 50 grand on the ship, or even millions, you need to have that money left over if it gets destroyed. Otherwise, you'll be back in a bog standard Sidewinder. This is something that will be covered in a later video. Right, system maps and navigation. So I pressed square and left to get that panel up. I then clicked on system map. What the system map shows is the system, strange enough, the system you're in. So it'll show you any suns, any planets, any space stations. For any you've discovered, you need to go there and discover them. Find out what's there. If you go to the nav beacon, which we'll cover in a later video, you can scan it and then get the system information. Or you can buy a discovery scanner, which you can fit to your ship, and then it'll look on there. And scanning's just been improved, so there is something to look at on there. Exploration, we're going to cover more depth in a later video, but we're going to have a look at this now. Right, this might look confusing. It's not hugely confusing once you get your head around it. So, these are all the stars you can go to. Do you notice how the line goes solid and then goes ... That means I can't make it to Erin, I think that's how you pronounce it, without refueling, okay? So if you see your navigation, if you try and get there on one jump, you will not be able to do it. You have to do it in separate jumps, and I won't have the fuel. And you navigate around using the sticks on your controller, where the little grey little circle flat things are. That is where the planet is. It's obviously on different planes. It's all 3D, etc., etc. And if you want to go somewhere, you just go on it, use your D-pad, and go to route, and it'll do a route for you. If it says route failed, it means you can't get there. Maybe the jump is too high or something along them lines. If you click on it, so I just select Erin again, click on plot route, and can you see the route plots for me? Yep, that's how you do it. If it doesn't plot there, that means you just can't do it. You have to find a different way to get there or improve your jump capacity somehow, okay? Right, once you're on somewhere, you've got some other options. You can bookmark it, you can buy the trading data if you don't know it already, or you can have a look at the system map, or you can actually buy the system map data as well. So sometimes if you're in a station, you can have a look. So this is Erin. I've been here lots of time, and I clicked on it and had a look at that system map. So I can see there, I've got all the planets, and I've been around all the planets in here. If the screen goes further, it means there's more to discover that isn't on this one. I've got the space stations there. And I've also got, like, you see there's two space stations. There's a bigger one, which is on there. And then if I hover over a planet on the side, it'll tell me the information. So I just D-pad across, and you can see there what it's made out of, its planet materials, what its resources, who looks after it, its population. Is it got high security, low security? Is it in conflict? And you can see all that information about each. But you won't get that unless if you visit it or buy it. You can then bookmark it. And then this just breaks it down on here, so you can see what's on the surface. So again, it has surface missions, so you can go down, and you can go down to a base or whatever. And in there, there's certain extra things to do, which we're not going to cover in this video. So yes, I can do that. Right, so I can't make it there without refueling. Can you see on the map there is something called a fuel star? So what I can do is refuel at a star if I have a fuel scoop. I don't have one on here because I don't have the room. So I'm going to have to find somewhere for space station to stop at so that I can then continue on my journey. So you can see here, it's 1, 2, 3 jumps to get to where I need to go. Does that make sense? Is that how we work? On the left-hand side now, you can search for anything. So if you type in there Ross 640, it'll find Ross 640 for me. So it might be a star system you really want to go to. Click on there. Jump data, I've got mine set as economical routes. I can have it on fastest routes. And I can also have an FSD boost, which don't worry about at the moment. Cargo mass is really important. Your jump range is 6.53. If I have cargo on, that's going to drop. I've got to add how many tons on there, and it will recalculate it for me. I triggered across to realistic. Realistic just takes sort of the colors off it. Okay. Map will show you on there. I can then click on. If I'm in a war with the Empire, for example, I may want to avoid anywhere they are, so I might click them on or off. I can look at trading routes as well. I've got it turned off at the moment. But this is how you'd start looking at trades. So if I click on trading routes on, it's not on the map at the moment. I've got to come out and come back in. What I can do is if I want to trade in metals, I find out where metals are coming from, buy it from there, and then find out where metals are going to. So I follow that trading route out, and then that's how I'm going to make some money. And then finally, you've got in here, you can show wing markers, navigation, that sort of thing. So there's different things to play around with inside there. I have now finished, and you can see there it's added the route. So the next route is Ovid. That's where we're going to. We're now going to launch out of the bay. So yes, I didn't want to spend too much time on the map because, as I said, this is more just how to just get started. It's not how to go in depth in the game. You've got to learn that. You're going to learn that yourself. You're going to play around with it. This is just how to get out and started. Right, I've now launched. I then press the right stick up. That'll get me vertically up into the sky. And I can be away from the space station. You have to get away. You've only got 5 minutes. If you damage anything, they will shoot you. So just get away from the space station. I then press R1 in L1. That's how I control my speed. So L1 speed, R1 slows you down. You can see there on the little right-hand side of the radar, that's where the speed indicator is. You can see the little blue lines. That's your optimum. So if you're in that, you can turn quicker and stuff like that. Look to the radar just to the left-hand side. So you'll see a spinning ship. See how it's a little circle and there's a little solid circle in it. That is your target. When that circle is solid, that little white circle is solid, then you know you're on target and it's in front of you. If it is hollow, it is behind you. Does that make sense? I'm scanning Harry Cleghorn there, so I basically lock target on him, and I can see if he's clean or wanted. That's for a completely different video, so don't worry. I just want to get that circle in the middle and solid. And first thing I need to do is retract my landing gear. So circle and down retracts your landing gear. Okay? Circle and down on your D-pad. You need to remove that once you've taken off. And also make sure it's on before you do anything. And then what I'm going to do is full accelerate toward where I want to go. You need to be off mass lock. You can see mass locked on the right-hand side. That button needs to be clear. If it's on, you cannot enter fast travel, so make sure that is off. You can't do it. If you try and do it, it'll just say no, sorry, not happening. Once that clears, can you see there? I can now enter super speed. It's a frame shift drive basically, and I'm gonna go really quickly. Above that, you'll see the fuel. So can you see how it's like two different colors? The color on the right hand side means how much fuel I'm gonna use to get there. So it charges up. It then gives me countdown from 5. I always find this bit super exciting. And then we enter. This is kind of like, if you imagine, warp speed. And so super cruise speed and then this speed. Warp speed is how you get from different systems. Super cruise is what you do in the systems. Once you're in there, you'll appear directly in front of the sun. Make sure you pull up because you will go into the sun and burn up. So make sure you pull up straight away, otherwise you'll go into it. You can see there I've used my fuel. I can see, can you see there? There's my next jump point. When you're looking at it, can you see how many light years there is? And then you can see it. So it'll take me more than 1 year that speed to get there. That's why you have the warp capabilities. Are you following me? So yes, always make sure you go back to warp, because so always pay attention to how far something is and how long it's going to get there, because it is real time. It is real. Kind of, if something's a light year away, it'll take you a light year to get there. You can see it's getting quicker now. We're days away now. And now I'm charging my frame shift drive, hard to say, or warp drive, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just aiming towards where I want to go. I'm charging it up. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to my next destination. animation will play out. You don't move in here, you don't do anything, just let go of the controller and just let it get on with it. It'll then again drop me into the system right beside the sun. So there you go, you can see the sun. This time where I need to be is just off center from the sun. So you can see I'm just pulling up just to be away from the sun. And then what I'll do is pull down. Can you see them rings on the system? Actually, I'm going to look on here first. So here's all the contacts that here. You can see here we've got conflict zones. So if I want a bit of a fight, I could go into a conflict zone if I wanted to. I'm going to look at system maps. This system has 2 stars. It has an asteroid field. It has many, many planets. You can see there quite a lot of planets. Some space stations going on. So I can see a space station. I need some fuel. So I'm going to pick one of these space stations, and I'm going to click on it. So you can see there, I could click on it. I could go there if I wanted to, but I'm going to go here. So I click on it, and add a marker. That will add the marker to... It doesn't get rid of my jump thing. It still shows me where I'm going to jump to. You can still see it's 2 jumps to Erin, but I can't get there at the moment. It's too far away. So I'm then going to position. So I'm looking for the solid circle just on the left-hand side. And there, can you see, I'm not even going to pronounce that, but hold. What you're looking for here is the timing. It's very, very important. That timer is counting down 33, 32, 31. Keep it on full speed until it gets to around about 11, 12 seconds, and then slow it down. You need to keep that timer to around about the 7-second mark, okay? 7, 8, 9. 9 to be safe, 7 if you're feeling confident. Keep it around about the 7 though if you're feeling brave. So when it gets to 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, then look at me speed on the right hand side, just at the radar. You can see I'm throttling back a little bit. There we go. I'm keeping it in the 10, 11 mark. So I'm 7, 7, slow down, slow down. If you go below about 5 seconds, you'll be going too quickly and you will overshoot and have to turn back round to it. I keep the speed going. You'll see the lights. We're currently in light seconds. Can you see that? 14 light seconds away. 12 light seconds away. We're getting closer. You can see it's starting to grow. You can see the planets. Them little moving shooting star things, the little bright things, they're other ships flying around. There's other ships flying around. They're going towards there as well. Keeping it around about the 8 seconds. Can you see that? Keeping it on the 8 seconds. I can still target things in here and have a look. But I'm keeping it where I want to be. Keeping it in 8 seconds. You can see I'm down to light seconds now. 0.65. I'm keeping it slow. I'm keeping the speed going down. The ship will automatically slow as it gets closer to help you out, but you have to keep the speed constant, and you can't go above. You can't go too quickly. It does slow you down. But, like, can you manually? Automatically in a way. You can see it's still 7. I'm slowing down a little bit more, keeping it around about 7. You can see that little ship in front of me there. That's another ship going towards the exact same place I'm going. When it gets to 1 megameter, I think they're called. So you'll see here in a second. So you can see it's getting closer to 1. This is when you want to get ready to drop out of warp. So as soon as it's ready, press triangle. There, safe disengage ready. Press triangle to drop you out of warp. And you'll see yourself in front of the space station. There's the space station. Look at it. What you need to do is get within 7.5 kilometers. So just kind of line yourself up. Get to 7.5. You can see it on the screen in front of you. On the left-hand side, you can see the screen as well. I then press square and left on the D-pad. That takes me into navigation. I go to contacts. So I could unlock it or bookmark it. I go to contacts by using left 1 R1. I then go request docking. Once I've requested docking, it'll tell you if you got to be within 7.5. Away from that, and it won't let you. I then throttle back to 0 because I have a docking computer, and it docked me. These space stations are so hard to find the entrance that I let the game do it for me because I'm just like, I have no idea where the entrance is. So I let the game do it for me. However, it's usually planet side, but it can be a little bit hard to find. So on these ones, I always auto dock. When I'm on just normal space stations, they're kind of flat. It's quite easy to see, so I dock with them. Auto dock, it then plays the famous Elite music. Do 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 do. That song. And you can just sit back and chill. I quite like auto docking. When you read a lot of the forums and a lot of the things, some people hate it, some people don't. Right, when you're approaching this, look for the ones with the green lights approach on that side. If you go for the one for the red lights, that is the way out, and you might crash. So go towards the one with the green light. Look for your docking bay. So mine's docking 31, but this is all doing it for me. I just get to sit back and relax. There's 31, and then just land. And then I land at docking number 31. Just like that. The easiest way to notice what way you want to dock is the number should be in front of you. Okay, you don't fly through the number will be in front of you. That's how you know. But you've done your training videos already to get onto this anyway, so you should know how to dock. I've then went into the system. You can see this one is full of loads of stuff. I've clicked Refuel All. I've then got Commodities Market on the left-hand side. The Commodities Market is where you buy stuff, so you can see what they're selling it for, what the demand is, and what the average price is. So I can see they've got hydrogen fuel. I can buy it for 80 and then sell it for a certain cost. So can you see that? You can see food canisters. So you can see hydrogen fuel. I can sell for 80. I can sell for 107 though, so I can buy it for 80. So I can make a little profit there. Really good profit on water. So if I find places that need water, this is an extraction sort of thing. So they're gonna base their monies, the things they're gonna be having lots of, is things to do in the extraction. Then you will only buy hydrogen fuel. See that? See, they'll buy it for 84. Little sell for 80. So you can see here, they really need cobalt. You see, they'll buy it. They'll buy it. They'll buy. So you can see there, minerals and stuff like that. And then you can go mission board, and this is where you'll find missions. So you'll find out missions on here, and there'll be missions presented. This is where you find your contracts at the beginning. But you can see there, 5 million credits to deliver 2,907 units of bio waste. I haven't got the skills to do that, or maybe not even be able to get there. So you can see the money there. You can have a look through. Usually you want to be aiming towards the bottom ones. When you click on it, it'll then tell you what the parameters are. Will you get enemy ships? So you can see, it'll say plan your journey. I could go in the galaxy map, search for LHS 391, and then see if I can get there. I can then get a reward choice from there. You can see there's all these different things to do. So the ones that are cheaper are generally the ones you're going to be able to do. And then down below, you can see requirements not met. So there might be a reason I'm not important enough. I haven't got the the ability, the reputation to do it. Passenger lounge is where you can take passengers. So if you have crew quarters, so you can get crew quarters for your ship, you can then transport. These are a good way to make money. So you can see here. But what you got to be very careful of is if someone is needed or wanted, because otherwise they'll take, you could be a problem. Universal cartographics is where you sell system data. So if you scan the system, you can then sell it to a space station. Okay, so you can click on there and sell it. You can make good money from that. You can make 50, 60 grand sometimes from a good one. And now I just want to have a look at where I'm going. Can you see the trade routes are on here? So if I was looking to trade, I could just follow them trade routes around. And can you see now it was a solid line to Erin. I'm coming back out now, and I'm going to launch. I'm going to launch and continue on my journey. So I click on launch. The thing will nicely turn me around, which is really nice of them. Just I'm facing the right way, like a little train turntable type thing. And then press up on the D-pad. Up on the stick, and that'll take me up and out. Realign your ship to the exit. It looks small. Make sure you go for the green one, not the red one. And then just slowly accelerate out. Be careful not to boost. Just accelerate out slowly, like I'm doing here. It might look small, and to be fair, it's quite a small gap. So be a bit careful, because if you crash, they don't like you anymore. So be very careful. And then I just navigate my way out. You can see a ship there coming past. And then I take my landing gear off by pressing circle and down. Just means I can go a bit quicker. Right, one thing to take note just while I'm flying around here is, see where it says mass lock landing gear cogs on the right hand side. Check out the thing that says systems engineer weapons or RST. Press down on D-pad, that will reset them all. They have 3 little pips. If you're going to fire on something, maybe put all your power into weapons. You might not need all your engines. If you need to get away quickly, put all your power in engines and you'll get away quickly. If you're damaged, put all your power into systems. Or press RST and it'll kind of just reset them all as a bog standard kind of, right, okay, everything's equal. So yes, have a think of that when you're entering battle. Just what do you want to do? Set your pips to where you want to go. I usually put it on weapons and just hope I don't get shot. Because otherwise, you'll be thinking. So what I'm doing here is I'm having to make my way around the station because what I need to do is in the state, as in it's on the other side of the station. So I can't get to it yet. You can see here, I can see everything that's going on here. I'm looking for a navigation point just to show you where it is. But you can see conflict zones if I want to get involved in the conflict. And there's the nav beacon if I want to download data. Nav beacons are important because that's how you're going to make some money. I'm going to cover that in another video, but that's how you make some money. So, I'm now trying to get to this nav point. If I slow the ship down just right to the radar and then the blue lines, I'll go quicker. Can you see how the point I need is behind the station, which means I can't frame shift. Well, I can't basically go there yet. I need to be on the other side of it. So, what I do is you don't have to worry about aiming at your target. You can aim there at a different time. So I could untarget it, enter the super cruise mode, get away from where I want to be, and then go to it. So you can see on the right hand side at the top, it's saying that contacts have been lost, have been found. So that's other ships coming in and out the area. So there we go. I need throttle up to engage. I kind of aimed at it, but I knew I was going to be safe. 4, 3, 2. It's always very exciting. 1, and boom, into it. Now I'm doing super cruise. So I'm super cruising around the system at the moment, and I'm trying to line up where I need to go. So I'm lined up where I need to go, and you can see there it's because I'm going too quickly. There's an unidentified signal source. These can be useful. So when you're flying around super cruise, just target them. If it's something that you haven't found before, like a signal source, when you click on it, it'll scan it. Can you see how it's scanning round and round and round? And then it'll tell me what it is. So it might be there's been a fight going on, or you might be tracking someone. It might be their warp signature or something like that. So quite handy to search them. So let's have a little bit of a look. And then click back in here, and I want to get myself to Erin. So I look down the list, and can you see there? Bootus is where I need to go to next because it's got a little nav marker. So I'm going to lock and engage hyperdrive. Go back. I need to line it up so you can see there. Line it up slightly. And then it's charging. Charging. I now have enough fuel to get there. And off I go on my next jump. And this is how you're going to explore at the beginning. Just jump around systems. Have a look. Explore what you're doing. It's scary. It's a big, wide place out there. But that's why this video isn't going too complex. It's just keeping it simple. It's what I've learned when I've been trying to learn how to play. And there's so much depth and layers in here. You know, learning what you need to. There's the sun. I'm pulling up a little bit, trying to find my next point. Now, if you stay too close to a star, you'll start overheating. Or you could crash into it. They're the two options you've got. If you start overheating, you'll find smoke starts entering the cockpit. So you can see there's some smoke. And things will start like frazzling and frizzling and sparking and so forth. But I'm jumping in a minute, so I don't care. I'm happy to get away from it. So my final jump point, I'm entering the system. And there we go. You see, we're on our way to our next point. And that's all you do. That's how you start on Elite Dangerous. We're not talking about making money. We're just talking about a bit of exploring. There's some contracts to do if you can find one that you can do. Head in there. Get your system data and just start. That's what you got to do. You really got to get in here. And I hope this little video has really helped you to do that and find your way around it. Now you know how to do it. And hopefully you won't be as scary as, like, this game is scary. I'm not going to deny that. It's hard to get your head around how complex this game can be. So I hope I've kept it nice and easy and understanding for you, and that it's not overly complex. It's not overly complex to get started. Yes, it's to master really complex. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've tried to cram as much information as possible. As I said, some of it may be a bit too fast, some of it may be a bit off, but very hard to sort of control what you're looking at on the PlayStation and then recording the narration afterwards to make it as good as quality as possible. And there's plenty of PC tutorials. There's no PlayStation tutorials. And though, for people who may be just looking at the game and going, do I want this for the PlayStation? Is it good enough for the PlayStation? Then you might think, watch this and go, actually, it works perfectly on the PlayStation. So that's why I want to do a PlayStation version of it. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you all later. Leave any comments below if I've missed anything important out to get started, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.